said in the video, you can't sit back and just, say Kemet, 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 and, point to the Greeks and the Romans who admit wanting to commit to learning. We got to remember that, this is still Africa. It's North Africa. So, of course, Africans was going in there and getting information long before Europeans. So they were smart as well. But it goes back to Kemet. And you'll see, one, that when you go there and you just understand how the civilization was, and you think about how it fell, to me, it was double crossed. It was double crossed. Somebody let the cat's bag, somebody gave Europeans some kind of information that led to the downfall of Kemet. And to me, it was these damn Moors. Plain and simple. Because they got out of there with some knowledge and they ran with it, and they was able to do what they did because they had this information that somehow, the rest of the smart, prominent Africans who were kings and had territories and everything else, somehow they all were wiped out. As I talked about the kingdoms in Africa that's gone, that was laid to rubble, and the people in the kingdom enslaved or killed. Somehow the Moors died with all that shit, died slavery and everything else. All the other smart people, so-called Moors, these specific Moors seem to survive it, get with Islam, and basically aid in the destruction and genocide of African people. And then they, we come to America and change. They somehow come in feathers and everything cool, and they smart, and they get along and working with these white folks while we in change. Are you kidding me? There's no debate about this. I don't understand. Like, to me, this is just an easy one. What happened? And if you don't look and do the research, you're not going to figure it out. Too many people are just caught up in the knowledge and thinking that these people are smart.
I stop right there to start this hill because they want to say copyrights bullshit. Like I'm laying up there and getting paid off for telling some bullshit, when really I'm putting some real shit together to make it strong shit. You dig? And it is what it is when you look at it. Truth is truth. We can lie to and bullshit all at the same time. Because there is nothing outside of us more than the divine being inside of us at all times. Each and every one of us at the same time. There is no God, no goddamn no heaven in the God. That's part of the bullshit that we were taught to believe in with Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the tooth fucking fairy. Shit. Time to wait for fucking us. And the fucking illusion that we just trying to get this control on us. But now you know the truth is within us to have the fucking power from the divine creator. Bullshit, boy.
Okay, Banning Docks, South LS. Enemy agents have a stockpile of hardware. We want to get it out of their hands and into yours, so go to work. Clandestine might be the way to go about it, but I'm not one to dictate terms. Good luck.
Think tanks that get together regularly on a regular basis, and they basically manufacture this society that we live in. It's a system, and this, what we live in, with all the stuff that you see, wars, famines, corruption, that's basically the end result of these think tanks that get together and produce this society that we live in. All right, so we look around us and we know that there's something wrong. Because your neighbour next door is a nice person, your family are nice, people you work with are nice. People want to have a nice society where we can live in peace and just live and be free of wars. So you think, well, where's it coming from? Where is this constant tribulation that we have to go through? Now, think 500 years back. If you think 500, if you haven't got it so bad these days, 500 years ago, the Catholic Church, this is a depiction of some of the chambers of torture in the Inquisition. Now, you guys could easily use that torture in the Inquisition. So, just think back to those days, the Inquisition and the Crusades and all the Dark Ages, and how much our brothers suffered, mankind suffered. And you see now that we know things are really going pear shape. What's the origin of it? Well, I'm
You know what you say, mankind. You say fucking people. Put man first.
The Catholic Church,
Man
the
may be
Roman
first.
Pope,
The creator first.
has been very, very
Creator of the man is
for the
first.
last couple of thousand
So
years.
it wouldn't be mankind.
Starting with
It would be people.
the Jews,
Creation.
and the Flavians,
The greatest creations of all. Consciousness and human.
Antony.
Living here together.
We had the empire. Rome was a republic, became an empire. Just like that, overnight, killed Julius Caesar, banned Augustus. It's an empire. This empire is our enemy, as you will see, because it has morphed as it's gone through the ages, with the backing of the Roman Pope and a very, very dark priesthood, who through their sorcery and evil in their papal bulls, they seal those papal bulls, they put a spell on them, they put them in their vaults, and what is written on those papal bulls goes. Why? Well, because they're sorcerers. And because when you make a claim of rights, which in law means, hey, these are mine. I'm claiming them. Well, I've got the highest claim of right because they're in my hands. I brought them in. The evidence is there. So they're mine. What the Catholic Church did in 1302, very, 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 very powerful day in history. Pope Boniface VIII that's my name, by the way. My name is Bonacci, and that is, bon means good. Now get this right. Face means to do in Latin. Do-gooder. This guy was a contemporary of Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri, who wrote Paradise, someone help me, the Divine Comedy. He condemned this guy to the bottommost parts of hell, for how wicked Pope Boniface is, and you're going to see. This there's his tombstone. You see the crown? It's a double crown. put that on because King Philip in France had it found. And Prince Philip was a nasty, nasty guy. He's the one who in 1307, get these dates, they destroyed the Knights Templar. They had to, because they were rivals. And they were doing things the right way, the original Knights Templar. That's when Philip and Clement, the Pope, after Boniface, this is, they had Jacques Demoulay in prison for 7 years. They smashed every bone in his body. They blinded him with hot iron, roasted his testicles in oil. They did everything to that man with their little devices. This is the sort of devices that the Roman cult has used for a long, long time.
Now it's made motion. It's made motion.
In a spiritual sense.
When you look at sword,
I'm going to show you this.
yeah, when the sword, where they call it, fucking machines they use on there, let you know stuff.
I know a few of you know this, so it's no surprise, but some of you may not. But this is what I'm teaching tonight. I only got an inkling of three years ago. But the stuff from these websites, you might want to put these down. These are all linked to my website, universaltruthschool.com. So if you've got a pen, you might want to write this down. I'm leaving this up for a bit. But most of the information that I'm telling you, you can source here. And it's Franco Collins in Sydney runs these. And he's going to, he's basically the information comes from here, so you can source that here. Now, back to Boniface, our little friend. So, he put that second crown on his head to do one up on Prince Philip. So they got together, the Vatican and Prince Philip, and they destroyed the Knights Templar. But here, what happened in this year was this guy,
Merriweather Security Consulting. How can I help?
in 1302 created the first express...
Your Merriweather Air Team is on its way.
Well, the Crusaders were going off to Jerusalem, leaving their homes, their palaces and their riches behind. So they developed an idea. That they would say to their most trusted friend,
We got you covered.
I want to hand over my estate to you in trust. And I'm off to Jerusalem, I'm fighting for Christ. That's what the Crusaders were all about, isn't it? Another story. Anyway, so when I come back, you're my best person. You're the best person to give my property to in trust. So he becomes the trustee, the owner of the property. What would happen is some of these knights would come back and the guy that they were their best friend that they left these treasures with got mistress for his treasures and decided that they would keep. And guess what? The church did not support it. That's how the trust started. It worked, they worked, for most people, but for some of them, setting with the problem. What happened was these guys had such a short order, desiring to control, decided that they would create the first express trust in history. Alright, that trust is called something. What did the people do say that they created to stick in their vault and put their spell on that has cursed us so much, this something? Mm-hmm. It says that all the worlds and all the souls in it are ours. Remember the right of claim? This is mine. Well, they claim of right. They made a claim of right. Oh, they rocked up, sitting on top of the world, look around, seeing all these people sleeping, got all these gold in their vaults and all this power, and they said, we own the world.
Yep.
And so they do, because no one has challenged it. No one has challenged any something, this papal bull. It's in the box. And it's a curse on mankind, and I'll show you how. This is the first express trust in history. So they have claimed the whole world and all the souls therein. And you will see by virtue of your birth certificate that is the title of your soul that they own in your registry. They've registered you.
Y'all don't believe what
And
the fuck I
that is
say
the
as the
title
creator
to your
telling
soul.
me to say it
So
to
what
y'all.
you're gonna learn in
Y'all
this
gotta
seminar
wait till they then hear
is
from some white man telling y'all.
presentation with
I'm like
serenity
yourself.
is
Truth is the
how to
truth.
collapse
Period.
those
Fuck
trusts.
all the
And it's
bullshit.
the only way
I
to get
am
out
here
of the
to
system
let you know about
and
the
claim
truth,
the dominion
so you can see through
as
the
children
bullshit.
of God, of the universe, and not as their slaves, as people lost at sea, incompetent. Because that's how they consider you when you walk into court, an incompetent, dead, with no soul, because they own it. And those black judges who are priests of Baal, they are ecclesiastical. And I'll show you that after we go through a little bit more history. This is painful history. Because if anyone of you have done their history and led a life, like through the dark ages, you'll know how much humanity suffered. Do you remember the Huguenots in France, the Lollards in Scotland, the Collegiants, the Socinians, the Anabaptists, the Waldenses? They started around this time and everything. These guys started the Inquisition at that time because people were waking up back then. But they killed that. Then 300 years later, 200 years later, the Renaissance, that came back through the Hermetic wisdom that they were drawing from Egypt via Hermes, the Hermetica, which created all the geniuses that have ever existed, because every genius has read the Hermetica, because that's where the Bible draws all of its inspiration from. Michelangelo, they were weaned on that Hermetica. What happened? Well, we're going to go through a bit of history to show how they came down on that awakening too. That Renaissance was squashed. This one ain't going to get squashed. This one, people are waking up. We shouldn't be angry about the evil that they represent. It's the fact that they are insane. They're insane. The elite families who control the Vatican and who are behind this corporation, and it's the corporation of the Apostle Peter. Because Constantine, if you go earlier, if you go to 325, Constantine the Great, supposedly, hundreds of years later, they found Constantine's donation. And that donation was written to his Pope Sylvester, to his Constantine, of course, the emperor, the Pope of Sylvester. And apparently Constantine says to Sylvester in this document, St. Peter is the apostle of Jesus, the King of gave the kingdom of this earth to, therefore we're going to claim taxes based on the donation. We're paying taxes because of that particular document. All taxes to them. And the elite families, the insane Khazarian and Venetian black nobility families, just like the Saxophone Gothic, the Windsor family, false name. These were black nobility families, bankers, bullion brokers. There's a book called Babylon's Bankers. There's a chapter in there called Monarchism, Military, Money, and Monarchism, Military, Money, Monarchism. We have exposed that this gang, this cabal, they can't work separate from each other. A lot of people, when they see this pyramid of control, and they put the queen on the top, and the Zionists, and the Freemasons, don't understand that the Vatican and the Jesuits, and the superior generals of the Jesuits, actually sit on top, behind the scenes, that they work together. Then they have...
And we the people can't work the fuck together. How fucking stupid are we? Fucking stupid are we? We got rich motherfuckers ruling us around, and we the poor motherfuckers. Poor in mind. Yeah.
And they have their think tank,
pouring body,
Then they have the financial control system,
pouring no
world
thinking
resource
to the
control,
state.
world population control. There's a little sheet down the bottom called X-rays. All these, and we all burn financially because they're taxing your wage. You go to work and you get taxed. Half of it goes to the government. Okay, in 1455 we have a testamentary trust. The first testamentary trust in history. That was Nicholas V, Pope Nicholas V, 1455. This was, bear in mind at the time, it's only like 20 or 30 years before Christopher Columbus
Well, you can't hear
sailed
nobody,
off
can't talk to nobody.
to discover
They do it
the
they
Americas, right?
Bullshit.
This trust, this testamentary trust, which
What's up, boo-boo?
conveyed all of this property that the Vatican claimed, the whole world, they conveyed it into this trust. It's a trust that claims all your real estate. You know those titles you have? You don't own it. You own nothing. You do not own a thing. Well, you can't anyway. They're molecules.
All right then. That'll keep him busy on the floor.
For a start. But the Vatican knows this. They know you can't own things. You can have right of use. That's all that title means. You will never own it. Never in this system. In this system, I mean, which is about to end. This one is called Romanus Pontifex.
All these big old fucking words and shit. That's just to confuse you more so.
Romanus Pontifex. This one is crown. This is where the crown originated. Remember that double crown? That's going to morph into a triple crown because there are 3 trusts. This is the first one. There's 2 more to come. See that triple crown?
You know what the techs at the lab are really itching to break down? A tank. We found the mother lode, so go out there and bring them in.
Well, this is one of them. This is their fictional kingdom that they created. Remember Shrek? And the king? And his fictional characters? Same deal. Exactly the same deal. There it is in modern times. This Pope wore it. The last 3 popes refused to wear it. And there's Pope Boniface. That's him. That's who Dante confined to the bottommost pits of hell. And he and his successor Pope did what they did to the Knights Templar. Very important, because they stole the Knights Templar technology and corrupted it like they do with everything, the power and control. In 1481...
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Thank you, sir. Your spectacular aircraft is now ready for you at our nearest airfield.
These 3 trusts, by the way, in the incipit of the trust, which is the introductory words of the trust, the testament, or the bull rather, it's the bull, the papal bull, the incipit says, for a perpetual remembrance. That's trust. Now, this one's called attorney. Attorney A.E., that's an A, excuse me writing. Attorney Regis, the Eternal Crown. This is Pope Sixtus, the 4th. Pope Sixtus the 4th. And this is the second testamentary deed, trust, deed of the will, the second crown of the people, which makes people slaves. This is the Commonwealth. The crown, the Commonwealth was born here. You think they were Englishmen, don't you know? The Queen serves the Pope. The Vatican is the most powerful entity on this planet.
That's why they went from the boys and shit.
Accepting this.
And getting away with that shit. Because you ain't shit.
I forget the year. Were granted this. This is in the city of London, the square mile. This land has no power. That is the only land in the Western Hemisphere that you could say the world is As you'll see, this system has spread tentacles all around the planet, all around the planet. But mostly in the port system, in the western port system, as I'm going to show you. So we're going to go to that now in a minute once I get off the history. So when you go to port, you'll see it. You'll see it, but who they are, those judges and magistrates. Who exactly they serve. It's not you. And there's no justice. There is no justice. That's why you wonder when you see and hear these outrageous things that happen in court. People, innocent people speeding or something, have some marijuana and they're in prison. My God, there's some suffering in prison. In 1531, convocation. The third trust. This one takes away your real estate. When you register with your birth certificate, that number is the number of these three Sesame KV trusts. Learn this word. That's the name of your enslavement. That, in Latin, is six. 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 There are three of them. That's six in Latin. That's six. There are three Sesame KV. Sesame KV. Or Sesame KV. A lot of people say Sesame. That's the triple crown. They own and sit on the crown. They are the kings of these trusts, which has taken away your real estate, your personal property, and your soul. This is for baptism, for Catholics. That's why they want baptisms. That's why they go around converting, and that has stolen and deprived us of our real wealth. These are worth about $15 million. If you've got a birth certificate in this country, in the Commonwealth of Australia, which is registered with Securities Stock Exchange Commission in New York, you are a shareholder. kNOw, which I'm going to talk about soon, was established in this country in 83. Because something happened in 1975. The Crown of Aragon, which was in England's hands, which is this crown, they had the crown. See, they were granted this was granted to the Crown of Aragon, Isabel and Ferdinand. Well, General Franco took that when he became king in 1975, but in fact to Spain. It was originally for Spain, created at that time, before Columbus went to America. And when Columbus comes back in 94, he signed the Tesalinios contract with the King of Portugal, with the approval of Alexander, Pope Alexander, back in Rome. So they have the title for all the Americas. And they're just Sesame KV accounts. That's all they are, trusts. Everything is a Sesame KV. Everything goes back to these trusts. Now, what I'm going to show you is when you go to court, it's trust law. They're administering these priests of Baal, of Saturn, who is Satan, and remember, as Virgil said in the Aeneid, we the Latins, everyone knows, are Saturn's people. Latin, L is replaced, you just take the S away from Saturn, and you put L there. Same word. Latin is Saturn. It's the same word. L is L, that's another name for Saturn. That's why you can say Latin. But the Latin Church, that's why they speak Latin. This is all Latin. And even they know they're Latin because it's Satan's church. They dress in black. They are the Grim Reapers. They are reaping our souls. The souls belong to them. I saw this the other day on the internet. I thought I'd copy that and show you. There's who they are. The Grim Reaper is black. That's why they wear black. They are ecclesiastical. We'll go through that in a minute. I saw this on the internet. Isn't that appropriate? Remember the Austin Powers? 1 million souls. Yeah. No souls are enough. They love devastating souls, sodomizing souls. how much pedophilia is in this church.
Oh man.
How much?
How much?
It's coming down.
Yep.
It's coming down. The Jesuits.
When a fucking kid ain't say shit fucked up. And when you got motherfuckers doing the shit and getting away with it, shit fucked up.
One of the largest settlements.
What the fuck are y'all doing, police officers? And we already know FBI, y'all just a gay fucking organization because it was started by a gay motherfucker.
$1 million to hundreds of Native Americans and Alaska natives who were abused at the orders of schools around the U.S. Pacific Northwest. The settlement between more than 450 victims. Imagine if you were one of them. We don't think about it, but and how many of those people committed suicide? Those ones that are left to fight, if they've got any fight left in them after they've been sodomized and abused by these criminals. And the Oregon province of the Society of Jesuits, anyway, they apologise. The settlement was believed to be the Catholic Church's third largest in the sex abuse cases, behind the Los Angeles Diocese, which agreed to pay $660 million to 508 victims.
Why are we not seeing this in our media? Because they own the motherfucking media. The only way you gonna get any type of fucking truth is you go on the motherfucking internet and search for some of it. And it's gonna tell some lies too. And you gotta know exactly what you feel when you know the truth is real. And you sit down and filter it through your heart first to know what the truth is.
It is part brainwashing, yes. They've been indoctrinated. They've been indoctrinated and they've been mind controlled. It's all mind control. All of this. It's all mind control. It's all filthy mind control. In that city of London, which I'm going to show you, this is what Franco Collins is talking about. There's Jerusalem, the Holy of Holies, the Middle Temple and the Outer Temple. That's what they've done in the city of London. That's the city of London. There are 3 cities in the world that do not well, let me put it this way. There's 3 cities in the world that run the show. DC, Washington, just a square mile, a couple of square miles. City of London, where the Temple Bar is. The Temple Bar.
Hello, you're through to Merriweather Security Consulting. What can I do for you?
In the world.
An air team is on its way to you.
Remember that? I showed you that? That's in the City of London. It has to be, because this is the inner temple. It's the same as this is the New Jerusalem. That's why they sing the song about New Jerusalem, the most popular song in the British Commonwealth.
We got your back.
Because they created the New Jerusalem. They were given the New Jerusalem. There it is, in the City of London. The Middle Temple, the Inner Temple, and that's the Outer Temple, based on that system that the Templars brought back from Jerusalem. It's a system of slavery. Because the ones who are in the Outer Temple, they are the Gentiles, or the Galileans, or the scum of the earth. Everyone is esoteric religion. For instance, that Jesus Christ is pure history. When they were teaching Jesus Christ 2,000 years, 3,000, 4,000, 3,000 in India, a Krishna. His name is Yes Krishna. And Egypt is horrible. And he was historical. They know that. The Romans did that, the Julian family did that, and the Theophilus. They know that. The Romans did that, the Julian family did that, and the Pseudo family. This is the guy, Roman Pseudo, elite. This is one of the elites of the world. This is one of the richest of these families. They invented the whole historical thing. And put it into the Bible so that it would keep in history, so that they could keep people in the outer temple and then enslave them. This is the New Jerusalem, guys, that has enslaved us. And that's why the judges were furious to have any kind of conscience and any kind of love and any kind of justice in their court. They know they've got no right to send little boys into prison. Why do they send them to prison? Because they're getting commission. They get $160,000 because they create what's called a constructive trust. When you go to court,
and we're out.
A constructive trust, and you're going in as the beneficiary of the trust of the Stephanie Covey Trust that has stolen all of the wealth, all of it. You have nothing until we collapse the trust, and that's what Serena's going to do in the second half. He's going to teach how to collapse these trusts. This is the 666, the mark of the beast, the mark of the beast. Because it's all built on that, it's going to say, oh, this is being formed and the government says you've got arrested. Oh, well, there's Lily saying, how can you get $2,000 fine? That's it. The registry. That's why the news is out. No, register, register. Yes, register. What does register mean? Well, that means peace. You're giving up all capital, and it's this is why a lot of people that said and don't understand why they live, don't understand what's going on, you're going to get that now. First I want to show you a couple of pictures. That is 1968. That's the Pope. That's Pope That's an army. This is a picture that you would not like me to see. Comes out of Tony Dixon's book, in Mother's Day. He's written right about the capability. That is 1571, I believe. I don't have the information for that. I forget who was the famous painter. I think that's the Bay of Naples. There's 200 lectures there. You know how long those were? All the way to 530 to 1571, which was a shipwreck. All those ships are under half of the money. That was more than the Pentagon. The Pentagon. They're still doing it. You can even run. They're still doing it. Going for the coast. Let's kill it. That's the recollection from New South Wales Sheriff. That cross is their ecclesiastical duties. They are officers of the Inquisition. This is an officer of the Inquisition, people. He's telling us. Same cross that these Christians, Christopher Columbus, when he landed on the Caribbean, they wrote letters back to Spain saying there were 3 million people on this island, there's only 200 left. Because Columbus had gone mad killing people. He was murdering people left, right and centre. They were having an orgy of killing people that didn't repent and do the stuff. An orgy. And we can just look at the American court. That's Ted Williams, being framed, this is famous prison, by the way, being framed by Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, how evil he was. Pope Julius. Good old Michelangelo gave us a nice little picture of Pope Julius sitting on the toilet seat for how much he loved him. There's 2 reasons why I'm talking about this. Of course, Michelangelo, that's one of his pictures, Pope Julius, how evil he was.
All these people are the people who made your Bible. All these people are the people who read all your literature. All the people that you believe in, knowing that you believe in, to know is a bunch of bullshit that y'all don't even know. Y'all just believe in what y'all was taught to. We all was. We gotta live in that room alive. Y'all live for the truth. Y'all live from my heart. The only part of us that's smart. But it always do what it's supposed to do. It always pump the blood, never trust.
There's a reason why I want to show you. I want to share that with you guys. Now, let's get into this. And the one in the video show those all to it. All the good work. And this is very sad, but you need to know it's cruel, absolutely cruel, and it's all unborn to go in to court with a lawyer. The lawyer is working for the justice table. The prosecution is the person you bring a lawyer with you to prove that you're born with a rusted seed. So you need a 50-page instruction to manage all of your wealth. It's all things. What do you need to do that? Of course. Let's say
all this bullshit. This is bullshit. Nah, I don't have to listen to you. That's what I mean. He's not my trustee.
Executive
No awards, y'all fucking street.
and a beneficiary.
Y'all lied to my mama and my daddy when y'all moved that birth certificate for the kids off me.
Okay. That's the owner. This guy executes. Fine. And this guy's the beneficiary. That's it. You're the beneficiary of the trust. Alright? Now, why they bring you into court is because they want to create a constructive trust with the presumption, with the knowing that you're already a slave of the system by virtue of your name. Why the judge, the first thing he says is, what is your name? For the record, can we have your name?
What you say,
What's that name? The moment you give him that name and agree to be that name, you bring life to the Sesame KB Trust, and he's got you. Because he wants to change roles with you. The clue?
What you say, homie? What's going on with you, homie?
What's up, man? What's up with it, bro?
Ain't nothing. I'm finding out a whole bunch of shit these white people laying up there. That's why I'm screaming on both channels right now. They putting out all the truth now, and I've been saying this shit. But I'm not gonna be the one to say I told you so to nobody.
Package received. The team are going to work.
Yo.
Hey, do you know that new person that's in here at the bottom?
Huh?
Do you know that new person that's in here?
Nope. Like I said again, I don't stay.
These supplies have a Meriwether protection detail, but I'm sure nothing like that's ever stopped you before. I'm actually sure.
I'm just telling you the truth. I kick everybody. I don't live there and let nobody stay along with me while I'm trying to scream my move. Because all you gotta do is look at their KD and they're gonna tell you exactly what they're about to do.
Yep. You right about that?
Dog, like I told you, dog, I ain't got no time to be playing with nobody about nothing. I'm about the truth. I'm not about no bullshit no more. I did that already. Been there.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like this here. The whole thing boils down to when the shit hit the fucking fan, what you gonna do? See, the quicker you keep them out, the quicker you keep them from bringing all the different people in. So all they want to do is bring their friends in to turn a peaceful session non-peaceful. I just want to play the game peacefully. I won't play the game like you won't play the game. So you don't come in here and change how I'm playing the game. I ain't coming and change how you playing the game. So you don't come and change how I'm playing the game. So like I tell you, truth is truth. One dude like, why you kick me? So I wouldn't give you no reason for you to do nothing stupid. If you're not being in a session with me, don't give you no reason to do nothing stupid, because you ain't nothing to do stupid. Go somewhere else and do whatever you're about to go do, you can do somewhere else. Go do you. I'm doing me. I need you to come in here and do me too. Literally. Alright. Call for my move.
here is the trustee, not the judge. This guy's the administrator of the trust. He's just the administrator, judge. You are the beneficiary. This guy, the prosecution, I should have put the prosecution inside the circle, is executor. I think I confused that, but it doesn't matter. He's the executor. He's got all the liability. He's the one that created the writ created to get you.
Meriwether Security Consulting. How can I help?
What they want you to do
Your
is
Meriwether
appeal
Air
for
Team is on its way.
name. Oh, we found the beneficiary.
You there? Okay, they're almost on you. Stop the convoy and get the supplies back to the bunker.
Your own sentence. Now, if you think I'm stretching that a little bit,
We're here now.
basically, everything that goes in court is the sacrament of tenants. What's the sacrament of tenants? They've forgotten. But these guys, here, they knew what the sacrament of tenants was. That's what brought them in. The sacrament of tenants is your dirty, rotten sin. They're all sinners. Clean. Love it. Look at this. So you've got this treasury of credits up there in heaven. What we're going to do is we're going to administer those credits. We're going to administer them, and they're penance. And you pay. And the system works on the confession. It's all the confession. You've got to confess. To confess the sins and pay for it. That's penance. Every single thing in court which runs as a church back is because you are able to confess and accuse yourself. Penance is a sacrament in the new law instituted by Christ, in which the dignity comes from the church, Catholic Church. Catholic Church is the meaning of the but the new law, penance is a sacrament of the new law instituted by Christ, in which forgiveness of sins committed after baptism is granted through the priest's absolution to those who, with true sorrow, confess their sins. And
We gotta head back to base.
For the same, it is called a sacrament, not simply a functional ceremony, because it is an outward sign instituted by Christ to impart grace to the soul. As an outward sign, it comprises the actions of the penitent in presenting himself to the priest and accusing himself of his sins, and the actions of the priest in pronouncing absolution and imposing satisfaction. The whole procedure is usually called, from one of its parts, confession. That's what you're doing when you go to court. I'll show you that it's all in the wording. It's still there. It's in the wording. Look at the word and look at this. You watch. Because it is a judicial process in which the penitent is the accuser, the person accused, and the witness. Remember this, because that's how the Inquisition ran, and that's how courts work. It's the same thing. It's more, but it hasn't changed in its nature. So you become the person accused, the accuser, and the witness. They're saying it. While the priest pronounces judgment and sentence. The judge. The grace conferred is deliverance from guilt and sin, and in the case of mortal sin, from its eternal punishment, hence also reconciliation with God, justification. That's the sentence. Finally, the confession is made not in the secrecy of the penitent's heart, nor to the layman as friend and advocate, nor to the representative of human authority, but to a duly ordained church with requisite jurisdiction and with the power of Christ granted to his church. Now I'm going to talk about another thing here, indulgence. From the famous Sacramento. In Catholic theology, an indulgence is the full or partial remission of temporal punishments due to sins which have already been forgiven. Of course, God forgives, but you're a sinner. And we'll manage that for you.
He killed the guy that got beaten.
Always lay the priest is buried. The temple bar is buried. Baal is Satan. It's the church of Satan. So to bring research in black. Excuse me for that. In Catholic theology, an indulgence is a source after remission of
white people who made your religion.
If the living been forgiven. The indulgence is granted by the
They didn't make that bullshit.
has confessed and received absolution.
But we don't have no religion. Yeah, what we know, living with being here, we create it. Those of you who do know, they don't believe in some bullshit that was taught to us about the kids. We was taught to believe in some thoughts, what else was lies for us to believe in? I'm just trying to say.
And this was developed by the Jesuits in the 1600s. With the backing of the Venetians who created the Jesuits. The Jesuits rule the world. They do.
And you just heard the black dude telling you exactly how this shit is all this bullshit. So I'm doing giving you a little bit of scholars, people that can went to school. Since I can't read or write, nobody think I know what I'm talking about. They think I'm a fool. But I'm just trying to let you know. I'll never be that one that say I told you so. But I just want you to know the truth.
That's an ordinary and orchestra.
That's my love for you. It's for you to know. Fuck this believing in bullshit. That's bullshit that we was taught to do as children. We ain't children no more.
A case. What's a case? We're going to hear a case today. Hear a case?
Bring out the body.
Yes. What's his name? That's why you're in here.
Your father did not sin.
When you go to church, when you go to Bale's church, when you go to court, which means
that's why they want me to plead out. Fuck y'all, I ain't pleading out. We gonna live there and fight this shit here. I want to see my accuser. I got my videotape, Walmart. Why you don't want to give up your videotape so people can see exactly what the fuck happened in Walmart?
Comes from, well, there's no W in that. That you see. It's a religious one. Comes from, well, there's no W in that. That exists. That you see. It's a religious one. Because let me say this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. The scribe and a notary. What's a scribe and a notary? He makes the writs. He puts the curse on you. The summons, whatever it is. The bill, Telstra. It comes from a writ, right? And the scrivener, scribe, verne, from verne Latin, is guess what? Our little friend, the indulgence. That's an indulgence. The writer of indulgences. They're telling you in your face, and we don't see it. A warrant. What's a warrant? Well, it seals the writ.
Nice work. Your technicians are already breaking that down.
It indemnifies the king and the queen from being sued if they lose. That's what a warrant is.
Wow.
Warrant comes from seal of the writ and is a form of indulgence. Hearing. Well, I've already gone through that. It's confession. That's what a hearing is. Isn't this sick? Don't you think? It makes you sick.
It makes you sick.
And that's what's going on. And it's run by insane people. What's sentence? It's penitence. Penance. Absolution. Prison or fine. Prosecutor. Prosecutus. 3 words. Prosecutus. The skin. Self. Present. It's representing one's own flesh, or a person who's claiming to be you, making himself up to God. So those warrants they are. So they're claiming to be you. They're just using that name on the top. Attorney. Turnover. Attorney. Over. Turning over.
Yep, I know that. I don't need no fucking attorney. I don't need to turn myself over to no motherfucking liar called a lawyer. Fuck you. I know the truth.
Complimentary champagne in the back. Where would you like to fly?
That's why That's why the prosecution is always required to bring your case to court. Because if they can't get you,
Easy. We'll be there in no time.
And get you to prosecute your own sentence. If they can't do that, they bear the liability. They're going to charge you for it.
Where'd you make your money? Was it the drugs or the guns?
They're bringing the
I'm
liability.
not no narc.
They're charging your trust account. So,
Oh. Because they want you to cancel out. They want you to kill yourself so they can take on full control of your account and get all your motherfucking money because you're dead. They're trying to suffer you out, people. I'm like yourself. I already committed suicide once. I'll never do that again. Because I know the truth is, you ain't gonna die until it's time for you to go. So you might as well tell the motherfucking truth before you go. And then you'll leave something back for people to know that you didn't bullshit with the bullshit that you've been taught to be stupid and bullshit in with the rest of the people that's being stupid, being bullshit in it. Because every time I think about Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the motherfucking Tooth Fairy, I think about getting on my motherfucking knees and saying, "Our Father who art in heaven." Now knowing that I'm supposed to have a father here on earth. If my mom and my daddy is putting in true fucking work before they come together in the Creator's original name, love to create one of the same of each other, being me.
Everything kind of makes sense up here.
Come on, people. This is fucked up, man. Shit almost make me want to motherfucking cry. This shit's so fucked up. I got a motherfucking smart tab that's been stupid and can't bring the bitch back to Walmart because they took my fucking receipt when they put me in jail for filming a documentary about how fucking racist they bitches ass is on bringing something back on a return. I just wanted to show them something, and when I told them that I ain't going nowhere, I'm waiting for the police to come, because I was going to explain to the police that I was doing a fucking documentary. But the police left there and showed me that my documentary on Walmart included the fucking police department in Houston Harris County, because they end up showing me excessive force when a person in a wheelchair ends up on the ground and hurt and thrown in jail. Cruel, unusual motherfucking punishment. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll have you there in no time.
That the prosecutor, judge and clerk all work for the state, the owner of the Sestwi KV Trust. So, as the case is not about justice, it is about administration of a trust. They all represent the trust owned by the state, and if we are beneficiary, the only two positions left are trustee and executor. There's only three positions connected to these trusts. And the state, the Vatican, owns them. So if you detect the judge's impartiality, although I doubt the case will get this far, you might want to let him know that you know this. If you consider court as entertainment, and if you can stand the evil emanating from its offices, the fear, the angst oozing from the walls, and the treacherous atmosphere, then go.
That's how I feel when I go too.
Under trust law, we cannot be trustee or executor of a trust, while being beneficiary, as that would be a conflict. The position of beneficiary may lack clout, but the other positions hold liability. Remember? He brings the writ, he brings the case to court, the hearing, come and confess, you've been accused, talk to the judge, talk to the priest of bail, he's dressed in black there all for you, monetising sin, pay, because what they do is they dip into our Sestwi KV accounts, because they've got our numbers. There's three numbers: birth certificate number, tax file number, and social security number. They have three main numbers. There are other numbers. They're the numbers that follow you around all your life for 75 years. That's why they demand that you retire before 75, because these birth certificates, they only run 75 years. Because it's all about banking. This is also about banking, guys. Thank you very much. Say no more. The Rothschilds, they want their banks, they want their Sestri KVs going, 666, the mark of the beast. They want it all around the world, and they think that they're going to bring in a new world order.
They can't. They can't. They can't.
As it morphs,
they can't.
Remember Constantine and the Julian evil? How did Julius Caesar get to power? He ran fire departments in Rome, and if you didn't pay,
it should blow. You burn down. You burn down. And the act of nature, they quickly hide some act of nature. Bullshit. One thing about nature don't act up to hurt the fucking people. We the reason why the earth motherfucking react any motherfucking way, cause we are like a disease to the planet, cause we cover the motherfucker with every fucking thing like cement.
They've been running the Hudson Bay Company and the East India Company, selling drugs to the Chinese. Pirates. They ran the pirates. She's the queen of pirates. They hire mercenaries. They hire inquisitional soldiers. These guys are dupes. These guys live their They've got the afterlife.
Yep. And it ain't got nothing to do with the creator that loves you unconditionally. No. Where you gonna go for what you do right now is you being judged right now by your heart, by you right now. So when you do the dirt that you putting down, when the dirt come back around to catch you, it's coming back on you, not twice, not four times 8 to make it too hard for you to deal with. So when you be judged by you gonna know where you need to be at. So you coming back to something worse than a hell could ever be for you, you gonna be them brought that there on you. It's all about the love, baby. Because love unconditionally, the creator, is only one way. Love never hates. You do that. You stop the creator's way of love when you start the fucking hate. Period. That's why I love you more than you love you. I dislike a lot of things that people do. But I give them a pass because it was taught to be stupid. And a lot of us are stuck on stupid, don't want to be straight. Because we know that straight going to show that we've been stupid for a long time. And we just don't want to see that shit like that today. But the truth is just that. The motherfucking truth.
Example of John Doe is called by the judge ACCA administrator, ACCA trustee. You can stand and ask, are you saying that the trust which we are now administering is the John Doe Trust?
I called to ask you not to give my numbers out to telemarketers. It's not.
The moment you, what's the word? In the moment you just shove anything that knowledge.
Yep.
Because they are hiding mistakes, they are denying that they're operating plus law. We can stand up. Okay. This establishes that we know that the name is a trust, not a live man.
Hey, LJT here. You know that the length of your prison sentence is based on the quantity of cocaine you're caught with? Because at the moment, you're stockpiling so much changa, we can't even cut anymore. So sell some, quick!
What does this tell you about the judge? If we know that the judge is the trustee, then we know that the judge is a name. But only for this particular constructed trust. Now, think about all the time that the judge has become so frustrated by our refusal to admit to being the name that they issue a warrant, and then as soon as the man leaves, he is arrested. How idiotic is that? They must be for saying John Doe is not in the court on issuing a warrant, and then the man makes it admitted he is not there because he is there. Their desperation makes them insane. They must get us to admit to being the name, or they pay. Remember, he's got to be respected the whole year, because he has to pay.
Oh, I'm not that name, then.
He fails to shift the liability over to us. We prosecute.
I'm not the name.
And we sign. That's we execute our own sentence.
Pretty nice car there.
I'm not signing shit no more. Fuck that. Take me to jail.
This is Europe.
Take me to jail. I ain't signing shit. I ain't got no fear of jail no more.
to deem a name or they
I ain't
pay,
saying
we
shit.
must not accept their coercion or
Nope.
dictate.
Yep, I ain't saying shit.
Because the judge is the trustee
Yep,
of
it's
parents'
true.
positions, the best interest.
That's why they don't listen to nothing that you saying.
Your Honour, point to the judge, it is you, as trustee. You are John Doe today, aren't you? Why not? Why not? We have dominion. We are men and women.
No.
We're not persons.
No,
We're not.
we're not.
We can't keep
We're
that
not.
Why? Why would you? You can't. During your
Cause I ain't do shit to be in fucking jail, so I ain't do shit to have to pay nobody for nothing either. They should be paying me, and I'm about to show them that they should be paying me, cause what they did is fucking foul. I went to jail. They thought about what they were gonna charge me with, and once they realized that I was taping the shit, they fuck around and turned one of my recorders off, and one of them kept going. So I got my fucking. Whew. Calm down, my horse started.
Are you the Cecily KV trustee who has appointed this judge as a trustee to the Cecily KV trust owned by the state province?
I got my evidence.
Are you the Cecily KV trustee
All I
who
can
has
say.
appointed this judge
I got my
as
evidence
administrator
on what happened that
trustee
day.
of the constructive trust
Walmart,
place?
you going to show your evidence, partner?
Did you
I got mine.
also appoint
Walmart,
the
you going to show
prosecutor
your
as
evidence, partner?
executor?
Oh, I can't wait to go up in that
Did you
courtroom.
also appoint the prosecutor as executor of this constructive trust, then point to the judge? So you are the trustee, then point to the prosecutor. You are the executor, are you not? And I'm the beneficiary. So now we know who's who. And as beneficiary, I authorise you to handle the accounting and dissolve this constructive trust. You have the power to do that. Dissolve this hearing. I don't want to accuse. I'm not into sin. I'm divine. I'm from heaven.
No.
One heaven.
I'm not from heaven, nigga.
I'm a
Shit.
spirit.
Yeah, you from heaven. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did. My bad, love. My bad, love. My bad, love. I got past myself for a second. Yeah. Yes.
Abandoned.
We all from your divine. We all from your divine. You being created from nothing but a feeling of being alone, and you created all that you created before creating us, the conscious thinking humans to be in. Boy, it's fire when you know what the truth is and not believe in some bullshit.
I'll look after him. I'll look after him. Everything's in trust, and because he loves him and he takes care of him. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I went through some words, didn't I? That was just a bunch of words. It's all there. Look, you'll see it. It's the Inquisition. I'll just finish up this. I now claim my body, so I am collapsing the Cecily KV Trust, which you have charged, as there is no value in it.
Get my money.
You've committed fraud against all laws. Likely, we will not get to hear that before the judge will order case dismissed. Or, even more likely, the PE, as he clings tightly to his checkbook, will call, we withdraw the charges. You watch it and see it happen, guys. Yes. Oh, yes. There's hundreds and thousands of people doing this and do it. There's a video clip on
yeah, I seen a video clip. They cutting them off though. They cutting them off. They cutting them off.
.com. You know that one? Go to it. Have a look at this guy.
Love for life.
In 5 minutes, the judge has walked out the door. Why does the judge walk out and have a recess? Do you know why? I'll just finish off with this really quickly. 3 forms of law in the court. When you go to court, the magistrates, you get UCC, first up, commercial law. They can only fine you here. You can only get a fine. When the judge has a recess, he's not telling you what he's doing. He's changing the form of law. And you can go to prison in canon law. That's the Vatican. That's canon law. It's not common law. It's admiralty
Canon
law.
That's why I say it look like a ship when you go to court.
Admiralty law. This is the second form of law. This is the first one. The third is Talmudic. From the Bible. This gives them the priest to send. This gives them the authority of the Prince of Baal to send you to your sentence of death. Here they can send you to jail. That's why he runs out of court. You'll see the judge in that video clip on the website, loveforlife.com or .org, whatever, you'll find it. and go down and have a look at the guy, and you'll see how the judge goes, because he got frustrated with this guy. The guy just refused to give him his name. He said, "Are you John Doe?" And he goes, "I'm John." I repeat, "Are you John Doe?" He says, "I'm John." "Do you have a family name?" He says, "Oh, I have a family name, but that's not important for today. John will do. I'm here to offer remedy." And the judge got so angry. "Sit down!" He's basically yelling. He's telling his dukes, his baby.
Yeah. And they ain't touching neither. Sit him down. Just sit him down. Yep, sit him down.
And he says, "Don't do that. You'll be dishonouring a court official," because he'd already given his documents to the bailiff. And once those documents are on that bench, that's it. They can dishonour that. And it's very, very dangerous. Anyway, the judge got frustrated and he goes, "We're going to have a recess." And the guy says, "How long? I haven't got all day. How long are you going to be?" And anyway, the judge opens the door and walks out. Just as he walked out, he realised, he says, "The judge has jumped ship," because that's what this is, a ship. Remember, it's admiralty. It's the law of the high seas. He's in his ship. He's in his boat.
Really?
So
Good to
he
see you, boss.
immediately announced, he said, "For the record, the judge has jumped ship, he's abandoned ship. I, as a sovereign in this court, take authority. Case closed, with prejudice. Have a nice day." And just walked out. Okay? This is the power you've got. If they adjourn the case, that's fine. It stays in the same court. If the judge says we're going to have a recess, that's when you step in and you say, "Your Honour, I don't consent." Because it's an offer. They're administering the trust. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to consent. The jail is just merchandising.
Mute that phone, man.
A warehouse.
These people playing with me with this court
They
shit.
store the goods. That's
What
all it
shit?
is. You're just
We're
the
dealing with
goods.
that court
You are the
shit.
goods.
The cold shit.
The court, dealing with that you know I gotta go to court for that
Since November though.
I know, but I'm just saying,
You can always
I know now what they're
relay
doing.
to the judge
You
that
see what I'm saying?
if you want to have an appeal, if you say to the judge, "I seek an appeal for I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law," remember that sentence, "I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law," if you say that, then the judge is going to be very, very reluctant to let you go to appeal, because then he misses out of his commission. It's all about commissions. Go in, as you will see, because it has morphed as it's gone through the ages, with the backing of the Roman cult and a very, very dark priesthood, who, through their sorcery and evil and their papal bulls, they seal those papal bulls, they put a spell on them, they put them in their vaults,
I know.
and what
Yeah, that's right.
is written on those papal bulls goes. Why? Well, because they're sorcerers. And because when you make a
I don't want to do nothing on here.
law means, hey,
Look like you were doing something, you forgot to finish it. I don't know if you, I don't want to.
these are mine. I'm claiming
Look like you were doing something, you forgot to finish
I've got
it.
the highest claim of right, because they're in my hands. I brought them here. The evidence is there. So they're mine. What the Catholic Church did in 1302, very, 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 very powerful date in history. Pope Boniface VIII very similar to my name, by the way. My name is Bonacci, and that is, bon means good. Now get this, right? Face means to do in Latin. Do-gooder. This guy was a contemporary of Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri, who wrote Paradise, someone help me, the Divine Comedy. He condemned this guy to the bottommost parts of hell for how wicked Pope Boniface is, and you're going to see. This there's his tombstone. You see the crown? It's a double crown. Put that on because King Philip in France had a crown. And Prince Philip was a nasty, nasty guy. He's the one who in 1307, get these dates, they destroyed the Knights Templar. They had to, because they were rivals. And they were doing things the right way, the original Knights Templar. That's when Philip and Clement, the Pope, after Boniface, they had Jacques de Molay in prison for 7 years. They smashed every bone in his body. They blinded him with hot iron, roasted his spectacles in oil. They did everything to that man with their little devices. This is the sort of devices
that they show now,
that the Roman cult has used for a long, long time, and they're still using them in a spiritual sense in the courts. And I'm going to show you. The courts are run by these people. Everything that happens in court is ecclesiastical. Everything. I know a few of you know this, so it's no surprise, but some of you may not. But this is the truth. What I'm teaching tonight, I only got an inkling of three years ago. But the stuff from these websites, you might want to put these down. But
just like I said once before, I'm not gonna beat nobody to say I told you so. That's why I'm getting you to get it from two fucking points of view from scholars just like you that done went to school and went to college and went through all the different bullshit to get to where they get themselves to be right now, telling you the shit that they telling you right now. Because I'm just saying one thing: if we don't come together to solve some of the bullshit that's going on, the shit ain't gonna do nothing but get fucking worse. I'm just saying.
They're trying to conform to the white man's law. And I don't care how much white man this, the white man that, how much shit they take about black power and everything like that. This is what they're trying to do. Plain and simple. Go into the court, you say this to the judge, you speak this way, and he gonna let you go. The law ain't gonna work for you. You just conforming to their shit. So when you pay attention, you can see it. They got double cross all across the board. Plain and simple. You don't see no Arabs running around claiming to be Moors. You don't see them running around throwing that Moor stuff up, talking about being Moors and claiming to be Moors. Everybody knows Moor meant black and that the Moors was black. So when you go back and look at all the conquering that the Moors did, there were Moorish kings, of course. And they did so much conquering, but it was working for the damn Romans. And that's what it was. They was allowing these Moors to go out and enslave white women and sell them into sex trades and all kinds of shit. The Moors was running around doing all the dirty work. And you don't see, again, no Arabs claiming to be Moors. So when you look at the definition and see that Moors are supposed to be Arabs, since when? Since when? They know for a fact that the Moors is black and that they put them in with the Muslims because the Muslims had the numbers and the Moors had the knowledge. And they went out and they conquered for the Romans. And then the Romans double-crossed them. When they conquered and took Spain, they put Ferdinand and Isabella on the throne, answering to Rome. As I talked about before, Columbus was a Roman, even though they answered to them, to Ferdinand and Isabella. This was all under Rome. Rome double-crossed them and basically removed them from power and slowly instilled all their people into power. Again, look at North Africa. Why is all those regions so mixed? It's not ran by black people. It's not ran by Africans. True Africans, dark-skinned people. It's ran by the mixture of these Romans coming in, mixing with these Berbers, mixing with these Arabs and Africans. But the person who's at the top is Rome and running the whole thing. So they thought by coming to America and doing some kind of deal or agreement with America that they was going to get some kind of prize, some kind of status when they got double-crossed, wiped out, and they put in place in Morocco and these other places their people. They got rid of the black faces. You go back and look, and everything. You hear people talking about first president being black and he was more and everything like that. All this stuff goes back to the more. All this stuff you gotta look at and understand is there's a double cross, and this is what they're talking about. But their motive, plain and simple, their agenda was the slavery of other African people for their own financial gain, or their own political gain, or their own benefits of them being in some kind of position of power. That's what it was. And they've been working that power for a long time. They understand that you have groups out there that's willing to selling people out in exchange for money. So this is one of the things I believe that Malcolm X.
Because when it started raining,
you hear a lot of people talking about it.
I could blow smoke in here.
And I believe that has been going on.
You know what I'm saying?
You go back and look at the meetings.
Man, I got out of the bed. Huh? No, it got that cold where I can blow smoke in here. You know how when you get the chill? That's how cold it got. I mean, I was
I believe this is one of the things that Malcolm X found out about.
I had done something.
That's why he got out.
Oh, so that's why I got cold. I went the wrong way.
He went to Africa, went to Egypt. He seen what was there. Seen what was there. And he understood
Dave, I'm trying to tell you, Dave, when it started raining, it got cold in here. I said, what the fuck? So I went in there to turn it down, and it got colder. You know, like, what the fuck going on here? But I had turned it up.
Plain and simple, because they didn't allow him to give that full speech. When he came out there to talk, who knows what he was
because like I said again, I ain't got to the point where I was getting ready to get blankets down.
But he came out and said, hey, who these people are and what they doing.
No.
It's not a coincidence.
But she came.
Don't get me wrong.
She came in.
I listened to so many Farrakhan speeches. Farrakhan speaks well, and he says the right stuff.
Even though, like I said, even though he said
he's at that age now,
he's
and they let him be.
some new shit.
But
so you got some new shit.
You can't get to that age
I hope he
and not be under their control.